Welcome to Bias Bash. I'm Lauren Green. The media is piling on their amount of op-eds and in-depth pieces on the 2016 Republican field. But what about the Democrats? While the press question who's trying to win the GOP nomination, some question the lack of hard-hitting reporting on the Dems. Here with reaction is Fox News contributor Ellen Ratner. Welcome, Ellen.
Well, thank you so much. You know, the lack of hard-hitting reporting has certainly been there, with the exception of Secretary Clinton and the emails. But other than that, we're not really hearing much about Bernie Sanders' record, et cetera. We're not hearing much about Martin O'Malley's and the other candidates. Now, the other thing that is not so much noticeable in terms of hard-hitting reporting is who they choose and how they choose to do op-eds. And if you look at the op-eds recently in the Washington Post, in the LA Times, in the New York Times, you will find that the op-eds are written about Republican candidates. There's virtually nothing about the Democratic candidates in those op-eds in those papers recently. Why not? Are Democratic candidates not worth writing an op-ed about? Is there not a horse race on the Democratic side? Why are the newspapers only focusing on op-eds with the Republicans? That's what I'd like to know.
Well, I've got a couple questions, though. Because there are so many more Republican candidates to take aim at? Is that the reason? Or is it because Trump is such a colorful character that it becomes sort of a story that kind of writes itself?
It is a story that writes itself. Okay, but you know, you're the op-ed editor of one of these three major newspapers. Don't you have lots of submissions on Hillary Clinton, on Bernie Sanders? I'm sure you do, and Martin O'Malley and the other ones. Why isn't there more op-eds on them? Because they just aren't picking them. And I'm sure it's not that they're poorly written. We know that people submit op-eds all the time. And also we know that papers such as the New York Times go looking for op-eds. They ask somebody to write an op-ed. So why aren't they asking about the Democratic candidates? Yes, Trump is more interesting right now, and it's kind of sexy, and there's a lot of Republican candidates in the field, and somebody just dropped out yesterday and all that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But the fact is, there is still a lot of energy put on the Republican op-eds, none on the Democrats, and that concerns me.
Very interesting, too. But also, is it because the press has sort of nominated Hillary Clinton already as the Democratic choice for president? It is because they've just assumed that she is, that they sort of focus on the GOP candidates?
Well, for sure they've nominated Hillary Clinton, and Bernie Sanders is nipping at her heels, particularly in a place like New Hampshire. But again, you're an op-ed editor. Don't you want to be a little, as we say at Fox News Channel, fair and balanced? Because there isn't any fair and balanced in the op-ed department.
All right. I want to thank you so much, Ellen Ratner.
Thank you.
And if you want to hear more media analysis on this topic, catch Media Buzz with Howard Kurtz, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern and again at 5 p.m. Eastern on the Fox News Channel. I'm Lauren Green, and thanks for watching.